I invite you into a time of reflection, of meditation, of prayer with the words of Edward Atkinson. At this quiet time and in this place of worship, we would seek to know more deeply what it means to love one another. We know so well our own needs. We know that we ourselves need understanding. We need affection and recognition. Why is it then that so often we hesitate to extend these precious gifts to others? The cost of a kind word is so small. The moment it takes to listen could hardly be better used. A gesture of forgiveness can mark a new beginning. An embrace or a note of appreciation can convey crucial encouragement and comfort. And yet so often we fail, even within our own families, to live by the sacred command that it is good to love one another. O Spirit of life and love, strengthen our faith, increase our resolve to give more generously of ourselves. We pray for the courage to take the risks of love. We pray for the insight to see ourselves and others in perspective. We pray for humility and understanding that we may always stand ready to forgive and begin anew, extending our love to others as well as ourselves. So breathe in, breathe out. So now I'm going to need a couple of helpers. I don't know if there's anybody down here who can help me. So I need somebody to come and pick a little slip of paper out of this bag. We're going to do this a bunch of times, so. Because it seems that we need to remember that joy is an act of resistance, and we are not going to surrender that. We've got some Valentine jokes. Why did the husband get his wife a kitten for Valentine's Day? He thought it was the perfect gift. Okay, I need somebody else. Can you help me? Why didn't the skeleton want to send any Valentine's Day cards? His heart wasn't in it. Can somebody else help me? Okay, here we go. What did the scientists say to their Valentine? I think of you periodically. Can somebody else who hasn't helped? Do you want to help? What did one plate say to the other plate on Valentine's Day? Tonight, dinner's on me. Anybody else want to pick we have a couple more. Anybody else? Anybody else want to go a second time? Okay, come on. What did the rabbits say to their partner on Valentine's Day? Somebody loves you. Okay, anybody not go that wants to go? Okay, come on up. Did you hear about the porcupine who lost their glasses? I fell in love with a pincushion. Anybody else? Last round? Okay, I'm going to pick one more. There's a bunch more groaners in here, so we'll see what we get. Which flowers get the most kisses on Valentine's Day? Tulips. Joy is an act of resistance. Don't let anybody take your joy from you. So, I had a dream a few weeks ago, and it was a dream that left me quite surprised upon waking. You know, as it is with dreams, many of the details are now lost to memory, but what I recall is this following snippet. Somehow, I found myself in a room with Donald and Melania Trump. And it feels so strange to say his name out loud. For the past 8 years, I've treated him like Voldemort from Harry Potter, he who shall not be named. And I wonder, has this action served as protection for me, or has it been a concession of power by fearing to face what he represents to me? You know, and I don't really have an answer to that question. Maybe it's both, maybe it's none of that. Anyway, in this dream, Donald and Melania were just people. He was not an obscenely rich person with an ego as fragile as eggshells, and she was not a perplexing, exotic, ice-cold beauty. They were simply people. Now, as it can be in dreams, I didn't question who they were, why I was with them. I was simply there. And the part of the dream that followed me into waking saw kindness and care emanating from him toward her. In my dream, he was truly concerned for her well-being, not wanting her to fall as she navigated across a slick surface. There were no demands on his part. There was no staged fake compassion. There was no exhibit of him seeking to be the center of the story. This was simply an expression of, and can I even say this? This was a simple expression of love. Now the details faded as I awoke. And once my sleeping mind caught up with my waking mind, I found myself in a very curious state of confusion. Much of me, I think, was really embarrassed that I allowed my sleeping mind to portray Donald Trump as a caring, thoughtful human being capable of more than self-interest. After all, he is currently the most powerful bully in the world, dictating orders right and left that are causing untold fear, confusion, worry, and harm to countless people. I ask myself, what do I do with a dream like this? Now, let me back up just a little bit. Before I went to bed that night, I live streamed a performance that my friend J.D. Stillwater did with musician Peter Mayer. And I think that many of you are familiar with J.D. Do you know J.D.? He's spoken here several times. He's an educator with a real gift for engagingly combining science and spirit. And Peter Mayer, you know Peter Mayer? He's a musician. He's written numerous songs that in lots of ways have become part of the UU canon. The Teal hymnal has his song, Blue Boat Home. And I wish I could share that performance with you. It was really beautiful. The gist of it was a really wonderful telling through scientific fact and music of humanity's molecular interconnection to everything. Everything is a part of me, is a part of you that we simply do not know yet. Now, that last statement is a paraphrase quote from Valerie Carr, who has started the Revolutionary Love Project. And as it happens, and I know as some of you know, I'm currently engaged in leading a deep dive into her work that asks us to consider how we can indeed come to see no stranger among us. I am drawn, my soul is drawn to all the teachings that ask me to consider what it means to truly love. To honor in my heart the inherent worth and dignity of each person that asks me to respect the interconnected web of all existence. So yeah, I was primed to have the kind of dream that I had. This was a dream not nearly as bold as Martin Luther King Jr.'s, but a dream that was coming from the same terrain. A dream that seeks to center love in the deepest possible way. A dream that seeks the realization of the beloved community way over yonder, as Carole King sang, as well as right here, right now, amidst all of the confusion and fear that is swirling around us. A dream that, as Martin Luther King encouraged us, to let no man, no person pull us down so low that we hate them. And I know that that might seem like an impossible task right now. For myself, I feel that teachings of a lifetime are working on me. And when it comes down to it, I question myself, am I ready? Can I really do this deepest of work to love my neighbors as I would wish to be loved? Friends, when we let words and ideas so bold as even our proclaimed principles and values touch our hearts, are we ready to live? Are we ready to live what they suggest? I ask myself often, am I ready to love myself enough? Love myself so fully that I truly see the connections between myself and everyone else, and by doing so, am compelled to truly love my neighbor, everyone, for who in the end is not our neighbor. And love, as we know, love does not mean giving a free pass to bad behavior. Nothing about the dream I had leaves the Donald Trumps of the world off the hook. I'll return again to the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who knew a thing or two about this when he said, "Power without love is reckless and abusive." And boy, are we seeing that played out now. Yet love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love, implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. Right now, it may seem that all the power is being channeled into the hands of a select few, but that is not true. You are powerful beyond measure. Even if the odds seem stacked against you, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The dream that I had was a gift. It was a gift and it was a challenge. I don't know how this insight will manifest in my life, but I know that I have stepped into this river and there is no going back. I suspect that my path forward will be imperfectly traveled, But if I am ever to arrive at the promised land, be it way over yonder or right here and now, I know the path of love is mine to travel. This is the reveal. So that's my dream, my next assignment revealed. And courtesy of the shirt that I'm wearing, I'm reminded that an easier assignment is not coming. It's time for me to keep doing the work that is mine to do. So that was my dream, my next assignment revealed. What, dear friends, is yours? What are you being called to in this most tumultuous, most terrifying, and most transformative season of life? What teachings, what words, what inspiration and challenge has touched your soul? You have the capacity to wonder, to listen, to grieve, to rage, to find joy, to live compassionately. Listen ever so closely to what calls your spirit home. As Valentine's Day approaches, remember that we are the Valentines we have been waiting for. We hold the key to our most preciously tender and fierce hearts. Go forth, love boldly. Your loving presence is exactly what this world needs. So, when you came in on the hymnal, there were 3 little sticky note heart shapes. And this is a little ritual that you're invited to take part in. You can put it off to the side if you choose not to. But this whole idea of loving kindness, of practicing it for ourselves, practicing it for those who are easy to love, and those who are difficult to love, is a daily practice. And I'm not suggesting that any of you decide that Donald Trump is the person as your challenge. You know, that's hard work. But if you don't have a writing implement, raise your hand. Chris has pencils. And the invitation to you right now is to take one of those hearts for yourself. Give yourself a little note of loving kindness. What is something that you want to give to yourself right now? The second heart is to write just a little message of loving kindness to someone that is easy in your life to love. And the last one is for someone who is challenging for you to love. These are yours to take home as reminders, as an invitation to a daily practice of loving kindness in the world. So we'll just take a few moments, and it's yours to practice or do as you need to care for your soul. And we'll just do this in silence for a few moments. At home, we don't have the little sticky noted hearts for you, but you can surely do this on your own. Loving kindness wishes for yourself, loving kindness wishes for those easy to love, and loving kindness wishes for those who are a challenge. this is a practice, a daily practice, a minute-by-minute practice, to feel ourselves worthy enough of love that we can give ourselves the love that we need to strengthen our center so we can navigate this time. If you haven't finished, these are yours to take home, and it's a practice every day. So at this time, we'll be entering into a practice of generosity.